Hey guys, it's Dalase Shilling here from the 2 Hour Circle, and as promised, this is Volume 1 of our very special Volume 1, Volume 2 episodes of Ipswich, the Launchpad to Adventure. I'm here with my very special friend Jacko from Lost Ipswich.
Dallas, how you going?
I'm alright. How good is your page?
Mate, it's great. We've just about clicked over the 20,000 members, and they're members that are interested in the history. So I've had a look at the start of your video.
Yep.
There are some excellent shots in there. Now, Ipswich is so vibrant with history. It's hidden. People have got to look, and there's so much visible out there. You know,
that's the thing I like about it. I love to go looking for those artefacts, and some of them are staring you in the face every day, like the Tivoli horse trough.
Yep.
You know, and I look at that all the time, and I wonder how many people drive past it and don't see it.
There were quite a few years ago. That's the only one in existence now.
That's a shame.
But also, with relevance to those era and that era of time, down at St Mary's, which is over our back here.
Yeah, I think there was a few shots of those. Yeah.
Yeah. There in there is the tie-down hooks. There's only two places in Ipswich that have still got those. That's one of them. Outside the old or the Jets football club, they've got another one in there. They've got two in their posts. So
I think if memory serves, I think there might be one at the old Ipswich pet shop. There might be one left.
Okay.
One left.
Okay. Well,
I'll check that out. I'll come back to you.
That's fine.
I'll come back to you.
But mate, you know, look, we're up here in the water tower, the highest point. You've dragged me up all these stairs, but people used to roller skate up here.
Well, to be fair, I got up here half an hour before you, so I'd have time to catch my breath.
And I'm older. But no, look, it's so vibrant, this city. The history is fantastic, and you've got some great shots in there of old buildings, still with the original lettering in the top. You know, Golby's was originally a saddlery. Now it's arts.
Yep.
You know, you've got some brilliant shots in there of truly historic buildings that if the walls could talk.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be up here with you. I'd be down there listening to them.
Yeah.
Because they'd have some great stories.
Well, even the most recent history thing would be the Fireman's Tower.
Yeah.
You know, we've only sort of just lost the fire station as such, but the fire tower is still there, and I think it will remain for the time being.
Well, the funny story with that, and a lot of people don't know, that that's the second fire station that Ipswich had.
Okay.
The original one was behind it down on Brisbane Street.
Wow.
And there are photos on Lost Ipswich and also Picture Ipswich, which is a great resource if people want to get on. It's part of the council's website, and it's all just pictures of old Ipswich, and that's thanks to a lot of people, a lot of photographers. Also, the Whitehead collection is now part of that.
I remember Whitehead Studios.
Yeah, Whitehead's very well known in town, but you know, the original fire station was below it, and they just moved it up to the top of the hill and modernised it. And of course, you mentioned that tower; it's synonymous. It's there. It's still there. Yeah, and that's what I actually
like to look at the skyline and how the skyline's changing over the time. But the reason I sort of went ahead and took all of those photos of what's above the main street is because so many people get into the main street, they don't realise how much history they're actually walking through.
No.
They have no idea.
And that's what one of the things we're looking at is doing a walking tour of the top of town. Because from basically that corner where the old fire station, well, it was one down on the corner's a shop now, but it was originally a plumbing business.
Yep.
So from just that block of shops in that top of town, there is so much history, and that's what we need to remember and preserve. And I think we're doing a half-decent job.
We're not living in the past, but
No.
we are certainly paying homage to the history and where we started and who are we now. So Volume 1 is all about the history. Volume 2 will be who are we now. But who were we to start with?
We were at start, we were pioneers at the start.
Yep.
And then, you know, when you look at the town overall, it became a railway town.
Yes.
A mining town.
Yes.
Very big in the early years with mining and railways.
Yep.
Defence lobbed on our doorstep in 1940-41, you know, thanks to World War II. Predominantly, you know, we've now got probably the best railway museum in Australia.
Yes, without a doubt.
We don't have the workshops here anymore.
No.
The mines are very small now, not as big as what they were years ago, but of course a lot of history with that.
But you can still go and see the remnants of...
Oh, of course you can.
Of that sort of stuff.
You know.
So if you were to come to stay in Ipswich, you could see all of this sort of stuff. I thoroughly recommend you get onto the page Lost Ipswich, because we have barely scratched the surface. We could stand here till tomorrow and not even scratch the surface. The reason we're standing here with a piece of paper is because there are a lot of people who have gone in behind the scenes to make this episode happen, and we want to say thank you to all of the people who've contributed to these very special episodes. So if you were coming into town, Jacko, you might hit the Ipswich Central Motel on the left-hand side.
Yeah, and say good day to Michael and his lovely partner there. They'll certainly look after you.
On the other side of the road, you'll find the boulevard, and inside the boulevard, you're going to find
the Little Mode Cupcakery, and you can tell I love cupcakes.
You're a sweet tooth, eh? Beauty on Bell. Seed Coffee. For hair, you would go to M Hair in the boulevard.
And everyone loves music, so you hit Tone Town Music.
They've got some fantastic stuff in there. Country Markets, talking of fantastic stuff, perfect little gift shop and lots of other bits and pieces.
Yeah. Then you hit the Retro Diner, step back in time, and that's what we love at Lost Ipswich, step back in time and do the Retro Diner.
The Retro Diner actually helped us to tie in one of our most recent episodes, so we went full retro, so watch that episode, very, very good. I think it's the one we just released. Oikos Cafe.
The Indian Mefil. Beautiful Indian food.
Yes, and you can't walk past there without sort of having your nostrils drag you inside.
Exactly.
Oh, Jojo's.
You've got obsession shoes.
Well, if you're going to have a fashion emergency, you're going to have shoes to match.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing the right shoes to climb up all these steps.
Where do I get my pizza? Mozzarella fella.
Of course, not forgetting Fourth Child. Now, Fourth Child, can I tell you a little bit of history about Fourth Child?
Yeah, Fourth Child's amazing.
Fourth Child has had a whole range of businesses in there. But one of the early ones, it was Commonwealth Bank.
Really?
Yep. And what they did, when they had the building, it was very dark. So the Commonwealth Bank put in a skylight so the tellers could see the money better. So when you go in there, have a look, you might see it. I've been in there a couple of times, but I was more worried about...
I spent too much time in there.
So yeah, a bit of history on that.
Our special, look, if you're up for a cold beer, you might stop in, if you're in the main street, you might stop in at Ipswich Central Hotel, sorry, I should say.
Yeah.
They've just got new ownership, really old pub.
Yeah.
And you get a cold beer in there for sure.
Now here's one that you should be talking about, because it's a custom body shop at Mobile.
Now, these guys only do Harley Davidson stuff. They specialise. Well, you can take your Harley in there. We're going to put a picture of your Harley up a bit later on. We've got to pay homage to Lost Ipswich with my mate Jacko.
Yeah, look, it's a great site.
We will definitely put the link up. Please stop and have a look. If you are coming to stay in Ipswich for 3 or 4 days, that's where to look.
Can I tell you how it started? January 2013, I saw a picture of a tram in Brisbane. I'm from Brisbane originally, and I thought, I'm looking at this thinking, Ipswich needs this, and it's just growing. So that's how it started.
It's pretty much how most things starts, and the 2 Hour Circle kind of has a similar story. We started out doing something, and it's grown to what it is today.
Exactly. So we head out. You can do Woodlands at Marburg.
Fantastic place. You talk about steeped in history.
They've got ghosts.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, and we are going to do, and I'm hoping that Captain Mike's going to help us out with it.
Yeah.
We are going to do a special 2 Hour Circle Haunted Pubs episode.
I can put you in another venue that's got a ghost called Harold.
A ghost called Harold? He's not your pretend friend.
No, he's not my pretend friend. We have a ghost at the Gents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we will talk more about that at a later date. All right?
We will.
For my legal concerns with the 2 Hour Circle, obviously being what it is, we go to McNamara Laws, and a special mention to my good friend Kevin Steed down there at McNamara Law.
Now, one of the important things, and I struggled, and I've got to do it today, so you're keeping me, which is great, because I'm going to go home and mow what's left of my lawn and clean it up. But if you don't have the time, why don't you do James Home Services?
Yeah, so for the days when I don't get home to do my chores, I call the guys at James Home Services. They are fantastic.
And your other half could probably tell me all those days you don't get home to do chores.
Well, she's with me. She's holding the camera, so we best not.
She's nodding.
She's nodding. And of course, all of our full-time sponsors.
Yep.
Brisbane Valley Tavern,
City Cave Ipswich.
Yeah,
it's a good place to have a lay down and just chill out from the rest of the world.
You go down there and have a float. You spend a couple of hours in the saddle, and you go down there and have a chat to our mates down in there. Organise yourself a float. You will be absolutely chilled out. It's fantastic. What about the Dinmore Tea House and Retro Coffee Van?
Now, I've heard a lot of good things. They do special morning teas down there.
Oh yes.
And they're becoming very, very popular.
Well, we are, and I will set the date. I'll actually send you a calendar invite, and not too many people get calendar invites from me. We're going to go down and do one of their share platters.
Oh, can I share it with you?
Yes.
Excellent.
In fact, we'll get one each. If you're up early in the morning and you are at Dinmore, call into the coffee van. That guy makes a coffee with a smile, and it will put a smile on your face for the rest of the day.
Excellent. And now, when you're travelling, and I do it, I don't do it on my Harley because it would take me more than 2 hours to get.
We would need a tow rope.
We would. I'd need 2 weeks. Are you going to do a show 2 weeks? I mean,
No.
But the Esk Hotel, it's a brilliant. It's the Esk Club Hotel. It's a brilliant place for a nice cold drink, and one of those great steak sandwiches that only pubs know how to do.
Yeah, well, I know a thing or two about steak sandwiches.
I wasn't going to say a thing.
But they do a very, very good steak sandwich at the Esk Club Hotel. Mate, for all things motorcycle, Top Gun motorcycles. Now, we've just had Sharon fitted out with all of the best safety gear. Being as how she's with me on the motorcycle, we want to make sure that we do things correctly, we do things safely. Top Gun have also helped me to make sure that the bike is safe. We've racked up a lot of kilometres very, very quickly doing the show. So big thanks to the guys at Top Gun
Motorcycle. And they're a good bunch of guys.
They are.
I get my bike serviced, believe it or not. I get my Harley service there.
We're going to put a picture up of his Harley. Wait, watch this space.
I've
got a photo.
And also, we can't forget the guys at West Bremer Radio.
Both of us have a history in radio, so we know how hard it is. So the guys at West Bremer Radio, mate, you're doing a fantastic job. We are going to wander down, and if you are staying at the Ipswich Central Motel, who's looking after that now?
Michael.
Yep. Say good day to Michael. Yep. Once you've settled in and you've got your luggage in your room, wander across to the Boulevard. We're going to wander across there now and have a look. Let's go and have a look. Go and have some cupcakes.
Excellent.
Well, Jacko, that's the Boulevard, and whilst I would love to spend the rest of the day doing this video, we've both got chores to do at home.
Yes, we have.
Mate, off camera, we were talking about the Brisbane Valley Tavern.
And that is a great little venue. It's very family oriented.
So it's under new management now, so Nikki's looking after it, and it's a very family pub, you know. You definitely need to get in there and check it out. We are just down the road, so on your left-hand side as you come into town, there goes a motorcycle tourist now. On your left-hand side, you'll see the Ipswich Central Motel. Tuck yourself in there. wander down to the boulevard. I like a cup of tea and a cupcake, a cup of coffee at Seed. All of our sponsors, not to forget our major sponsors, DNA Anodizing, and of course our good friends at On Point Media. Jacko, it's been an absolute pleasure having you along today.
Yep, mate, happy as.
We look forward to having people come and stay in Ipswich and explore what we like to call the 2 hour circle.